Peace, everyone. I'm Jory Richard. The name of this video is Thanksgiving Massacre. I'm not going to celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm completely against genocide and the killing of millions of people. Wolf amongst sheep, my brother. I love that guy. The Thanksgiving Massacre. Did you know that Native Americans do not celebrate Thanksgiving? In 1970, what'd I say? Did I say Native Americans? Native Americans don't celebrate Thanksgiving. In 1970, they started meeting at Plymouth Rock, and it's called a day of mourning, where the Indians mourn the death of millions of their people. When the Pilgrims came over here, they were brutal. They butchered, they chopped the heads off of these people, they put them on stakes, and these are the people that are still running our country. That spirit is still here. So the Native Americans don't celebrate Thanksgiving. They go to Plymouth Rock for a day of mourning where they mourn millions of people that were brutally killed. This is genocide. Did you know that the Pilgrims, they had a completely different way of battle? The Native Americans, they actually had morals and principles. They wouldn't touch women or children. And when they would have disagreements between tribes, their wars were something to laugh at. No one would even get killed. They were small battles. But then when the white man came over, the white European Caucasian, brutally murdered everyone. Women and children, everything. They wiped out everyone. When the Pilgrims first came over, they weren't prepared at all. So the Native Americans, they were nice. They actually knew the land and they helped these people. The Native Americans should have just let the Pilgrims die. When the Pilgrims came over, they weren't prepared at all. They wouldn't have been able to last the winter, and they would have died off, and then the Native Americans wouldn't have been brutally massacred. But these indigenous people, they were nice, and they had morals and principles. So when the Pilgrims came over, the first welfare recipients, the natives helped them and kept them alive because these people didn't even know what they were doing. Did you know that in 1763, the Pilgrims gave blankets to the Native Americans as gifts? And these blankets had smallpox on them. So the Pilgrims were trying to wipe out all these people. So they gave blankets with smallpox on them. And that killed a lot of the indigenous people. Also, there's a story that one of the Pilgrims, he swore that he was going to get the head of an Indian chief. So he went to the Indians' town, the Native American town, and while they were doing a deal, they were trading merchandise, he cut the head off of an Indian chief, and they brought it back to Plymouth. And they stuck his head on a stake, and they left it in front of Plymouth Rock for 3 years. So after that, the Indians called us backstabbers. Brutal people. And then, see, these are demons. The Native Americans should have just let these demons die, but they didn't know. They didn't know that these people had bad intent, and these Pilgrims had the mind state to wipe out everybody. So the Pilgrims killed women and children and wiped out whole towns, brutally massacred everyone the same way that they're doing today. You look at the Dakota Pipeline. The UN soldiers, even to this day, they're beating up Indians because the Native Americans are protesting that they don't want oil pipes built on their land. because the oil is seeping into their water and polluting their water. But then there's UN soldiers being put out there, and this was a big thing. Even Amy from Democracy Now! Went out there and they tased her. So there was Native American protest, and their water was all polluted, and because our government wanted to build pipelines through there to bring oil through, because all they care about is money and raping and pillaging and stealing and killing and destroying the whole earth. That's what America is about. It's a cancer on the earth, and all it wants to do is steal, kill, and destroy. That's the bank's job. So these people that brutally massacred the Indians, the Native Americans, we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. There's going to be parades and everything, and people are going to eat all these butchered turkeys that were killed, and there's poo all over the turkeys, and these animals were brutally killed in a horrible manner. And what they're really celebrating tomorrow on Thanksgiving is white supremacy. Because the white man came in and he conquered. He brutally murdered everybody. So that's what Thanksgiving is. It's a celebration of white supremacy and celebrating the genocide and the brutal murder of not all of the natives, because there are still some that are left. The ones that go to Plymouth Rock and mourn on this day of mourning. This started in 1970. Native Americans do not celebrate Thanksgiving. They believe it's a genocide and these pilgrims murdered everybody. Wolf among sheep, my brother. So the name of this message is Thanksgiving Massacre. I'm Jory Richard. Peace.